Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life's constant uncertainties? Imagine just for a moment standing amidst the chaos of a turbulent day, yet feeling completely grounded, unshaken, and in control. Over 2,000 years ago, a group of philosophers developed a powerful approach to life that allows us to face each challenge not with fear or frustration, but with calm, wisdom, and strength. This ancient philosophy, known as Stoicism, offers timeless principles for navigating life's highs and lows, helping us transform our toughest obstacles into profound opportunities for growth. In this video, we're going to dive into 12 core Stoic principles that, if practiced, can reshape how you experience life, how you react to setbacks, approach success, and find peace in everyday moments. These principles are not abstract ideas. They are practical, action-based teachings that empower us to live with purpose, resilience, and true happiness. And by the time we reach the final principle, you'll find that the most powerful transformation lies in your own hands, ready to be unlocked with the simplest change in mindset. Let's embark on this journey together. Each principle will bring you closer to the life you aspire to lead. Now, let's begin with the foundation of Stoic thought: accepting change. 1. Accept change as a constant. Change is woven into the fabric of life, and it is, without a doubt, the only true constant. Yet, how often do we resist it? How often do we try to hold on to the way things were, hoping to stave off the inevitable? Stoicism teaches us to welcome change, not as an unwelcome guest, but as a vital part of life's journey. To live fully, we must embrace the cycles of beginnings and endings, knowing they are essential to growth. Imagine a river in constant flow. It doesn't cling to any one bend or curve. It moves forward, adapting to every rock, every new turn. What if we could move through life in the same way? Instead of resisting change, we could view it as a source of strength. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." This acceptance does not mean passive resignation, but an active engagement with life as it unfolds. When we accept change, we begin to see that each shift, no matter how daunting or unexpected, offers a new opportunity to grow. Are you holding on to something from the past that prevents you from moving forward? Are you hesitant to step into something new because of fear or discomfort? Stoicism encourages us to pause and reflect on these questions, as resistance to change often arises from attachment and fear. Our attachment to comfort can be a barrier to embracing the new. Yet, just as nature evolves and seasons change, so too must we. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wisely cautioned against clinging too tightly to our present circumstances, for they are transient by nature. When we grip tightly to what is, we set ourselves up for suffering when it inevitably shifts. Instead, imagine approaching each change with a flexible mind, viewing each new circumstance as a lesson tailored uniquely for you. Could there be a new perspective, a lesson, or even a hidden strength you haven't yet discovered in this moment of transition? Stoicism provides tools to navigate change with grace, transforming potential anxiety into resilience. One key practice is mindfulness. By focusing on the present, we cultivate the ability to engage fully with our current experience without grasping or fearing its end. We allow ourselves to experience life's richness without resistance. Consider this. Next time you encounter change, can you stop for a moment, breathe, and see it as part of the natural flow of your life, much like the river's steady course? Every shift in life, no matter how uncomfortable, contains valuable insights. Some may teach us patience, while others build resilience or reveal a strength we never knew we had. Think of a recent life change. What lesson could it be offering you? Stoicism teaches that by accepting the reality of constant change, we become less burdened by fear, finding instead a quiet confidence that whatever comes, we are prepared to face it. Let this principle of accepting change as a constant be the bedrock of your journey into Stoicism. When we understand that life's circumstances will continue to evolve, we free ourselves from the burden of clinging to the past or fearing the future. Instead, we cultivate a resilience rooted in the present moment. Embracing change empowers us to move forward, stronger and more adaptable, into whatever life has in store. As we continue, each Stoic principle will build on this foundation, guiding us toward a life of peace, purpose, and resilience. Now, with a mind open to life's natural ebb and flow, let us explore the power of living in the present moment. 2. Live in the present moment. Life unfolds in this very instant, yet how often do we truly inhabit the present? Most of us spend our days caught between the regrets of yesterday and the anxieties of tomorrow, missing the beauty of what's right in front of us. Stoicism encourages us to live fully in the present, appreciating the here and now without letting our minds drift into worry or rumination. This simple but powerful shift can transform our experience of life. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, put it plainly: "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." But how do we make this shift in our own lives? How can we train our wandering minds to stay grounded in what's unfolding around us right now? One answer lies in mindfulness, the art of bringing full awareness to the current moment without judgment. Mindfulness allows us to savor each experience and recognize its value. In this way, we learn to see even the smallest details as opportunities for connection and joy. What if, instead of rushing through our routines, we took a moment to savor the warmth of a cup of coffee, the softness of a breeze, or the kindness in a loved one's voice? These seemingly small moments carry profound meaning, grounding us in the present. Our minds, however, are often noisy places filled with distractions and worries. Why is it so hard to live in the now? Our thoughts jump forward, forecasting uncertainties or mulling over past mistakes, diverting us from the richness of this moment. Stoicism teaches us to bring awareness to these tendencies, gently guiding our attention back to the present when we notice it drifting. Consider this. The next time you find yourself worrying about something in the future, try asking yourself, what is happening right now? Is there really something pressing to fear? Or are you allowing an imagined scenario to rob you of today's peace? Instead of letting tomorrow's what-ifs consume you, Stoicism encourages a return to the present, where life actually happens. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the future or forgetting the past. It's about balance, finding a place where we learn from our experiences, plan for what lies ahead, but aren't overwhelmed by either. When we adopt this approach, we free ourselves from much of the anxiety and stress that cloud our days. We can still plan for our future goals, but we do so with a calm, steady mind rooted in the now. Imagine living each day as if it were a new gift, untainted by the burdens of yesterday or the pressures of tomorrow. Could such a mindset change your experience of life? Could it lead to a deeper appreciation of each moment's simplicity and beauty? Aristotle, a philosopher who influenced the Stoics, spoke of this mindful state as eudaimonia, or the fulfillment found in a life lived with presence and virtue. By staying grounded in the now, we enrich our lives, making room for more joy, clarity, and connection. As we deepen our practice of presence, we come to see that our moments, no matter how mundane or routine, are valuable. And when we become skilled at embracing the present, we're less prone to distraction, more productive, and more appreciative of the world around us. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, advised, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This wisdom reminds us to fully appreciate what we have, creating a foundation of gratitude and peace in each day. Let this principle of living in the present moment serve as a guiding light in your daily life. take time to slow down, to notice and savor. As we move forward, Stoicism will offer even more tools to help us focus our attention on what truly matters. With this foundation of presence and awareness, we now turn to one of the most empowering principles in Stoic thought: focusing only on what is within our control. This next step will strengthen our resilience and guide us toward inner peace. 3. Focus on what you can control. In life, many things are outside our control: weather, other people's actions, unexpected events, and even the passage of time. Yet we often find ourselves frustrated, angry, or anxious about these very things, forgetting that our true power lies not in controlling external events, but in directing our response to them. This core teaching of Stoicism reminds us that inner peace and resilience are forged when we focus our energy on what we can control: our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Imagine being caught in a traffic jam, delayed and frustrated. What if, instead of letting anger take over, you redirected your energy? What if, rather than battling against a situation that's clearly out of your hands, you shifted your focus to something you can control, your perspective? Instead of frustration, you could use the time to listen to a podcast, reflect on your day, or simply practice patience. This approach, advocated by the Stoics, brings a sense of calm and clarity that allows us to make the best out of any situation. Epictetus, a former slave turned Stoic philosopher, taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This wisdom echoes through time, resonating deeply in today's fast-paced, unpredictable world. How many of our daily frustrations come from our attempt to control the uncontrollable? And how much peace could we find if we simply let go of what we cannot change? Stoicism guides us to ask one simple, powerful question when faced with challenges: is this within my control? If the answer is no, the Stoic approach is to release it, allowing ourselves to focus instead on our response. When we learn to embrace this practice, we find that our mental energy is no longer wasted on fruitless worries. We become free to focus on the things we can actually influence, leading to a sense of empowerment and calm. To make this principle part of your daily life, start by observing your reactions to everyday events. When you feel a rise of frustration, pause and ask yourself, is this something I can control? If it isn't, redirect your attention to something constructive. Can you approach this situation with patience? Can you bring empathy to the people involved? Or could you simply let it go, knowing that your peace of mind matters more than the outcome? This principle extends beyond moments of frustration to all areas of life. Whether it's career aspirations, personal relationships, or health challenges, Stoicism encourages us to focus on the aspects we can control: our dedication, our kindness, our choices, rather than becoming consumed by outcomes beyond our influence. By narrowing our focus in this way, we cultivate a sense of purpose and agency, grounded in what is truly ours to manage. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In this simple line, he captures the essence of Stoic thought: that true strength arises not from controlling the world, but from mastering ourselves. Reflect on this for a moment. How would your experience of life change if you truly focused only on what you could control? Could this shift lighten the weight of worry or relieve the burden of unnecessary stress? Focusing on what we can control also creates a healthier perspective on personal goals. Rather than feeling defeated by setbacks, we can approach each obstacle as an opportunity to strengthen our character. Say, for instance, you're facing challenges at work. Instead of stressing over the outcome, what if you focused on giving your best effort, maintaining a positive attitude, and adapting as needed? This approach not only builds resilience, but helps us find a sense of satisfaction and purpose in the effort itself, independent of the outcome. The beauty of this principle is that it can be applied to any situation, large or small. From navigating complex relationships to dealing with sudden changes in life, Stoicism shows us that peace lies not in altering the world around us, but in directing the world within us. When we shift our focus in this way, we find that life's many pressures feel lighter and our sense of calm grows deeper. As we continue to explore these Stoic principles, let this foundational idea become your anchor. In times of stress or uncertainty, remember to return to what is within your control. This simple act can transform your experience of any challenge, leading to a life of greater peace, purpose, and inner strength. Now, with this clarity and focus, let us move forward to the next principle of Stoicism, practicing gratitude. This essential practice not only enhances our sense of well-being, but opens our hearts to the beauty of life's simple blessings. 4. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to life's stresses and disappointments. In a world constantly pushing us to seek more possessions, achievements, and status, Stoicism teaches us to pause, to look around, and to appreciate what we already have. This principle of gratitude doesn't just change our outlook, it enriches every experience, helping us find contentment in the present rather than in a distant, elusive future. Marcus Aurelius encouraged this mindset, saying, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." But how often do we start our day with such appreciation? How often do we remember that even the simplest things, like a warm cup of coffee, a gentle breeze, or a friend's laughter, are blessings that deserve our attention and gratitude? Gratitude is not about denying the hardships we face or ignoring the areas of life where we wish to improve. Instead, Stoicism shows us that gratitude is about balance, acknowledging the good amidst the challenges. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, observed that our desires often lead us astray, constantly pushing us to chase after things we believe will make us happy. But true happiness, he argued, isn't found in what we lack, but in appreciating what we already possess. Consider your own life for a moment. What are the things, relationships, or experiences that bring you joy? Do you allow yourself to fully appreciate them, or do they go unnoticed as you pursue the next goal? Gratitude teaches us to slow down, to recognize and savor the present moment, enriching our lives with a sense of abundance. The Stoic practice of gratitude invites us to see beyond life's imperfections, focusing instead on the goodness that exists here and now. One way to bring gratitude into your daily routine is to reflect on 3 things each day that you're thankful for. This could be a quiet morning, the support of a friend, or simply the ability to learn and grow. Such a practice doesn't just shift your perspective, it reorients your entire day, making you more attuned to the positives around you. Can you see how this simple act might change your mindset, bringing a sense of peace and fulfillment into even the busiest days? Gratitude is also a powerful tool for resilience. Life is filled with difficulties, and there will always be times when we face setbacks or loss. But Stoicism teaches us to look for the silver lining, even in hard times. Marcus Aurelius believed that hardship could strengthen our appreciation for what remains, helping us see the blessings hidden within adversity. How might this shift in perspective change the way you face challenges? Could it help you find strength even in the face of struggle? This Stoic approach encourages us to ask, what can I learn from this situation? Or, what value can I find here, even if it's difficult? With this mindset, we learn to appreciate life's trials as opportunities for growth, recognizing that even our struggles can be transformed into gratitude when we view them with the right perspective. Gratitude also deepens our connections with others. When we express appreciation for the people in our lives, be it through a simple thank you, a thoughtful gesture, or words of encouragement, we strengthen our bonds and build a more meaningful, fulfilling social circle. In the words of Aristotle, who influenced Stoic thought, true happiness comes from gratitude, a state that allows us to appreciate the goodness in life and the goodness in others. Modern psychology echoes this Stoic wisdom, showing that gratitude reduces anxiety, improves sleep, and enhances overall well-being. When we approach life with a grateful heart, we shift our focus from scarcity to abundance, making each experience richer and more fulfilling. As Carl Jung, a pioneer in psychology, noted, the word happiness would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. By acknowledging and being grateful for life's full spectrum of experiences, we find a deeper, more authentic form of happiness. Let gratitude be a daily touchstone in your life. Take a moment each morning or evening to reflect on what you are thankful for, from the simple pleasures to the profound relationships. This habit not only lifts your mood, but also reinforces a Stoic perspective of contentment in the present. As we move forward, let's take this foundation of gratitude with us and dive into the Stoic practice of transforming obstacles into opportunities. This next principle teaches us how to harness life's challenges as tools for growth and self-discovery. 5. Transform obstacles into opportunities. In life, obstacles are inevitable. We all face moments of disappointment, failure, and unexpected hardship. Yet, Stoicism offers a transformative way to view these challenges, not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. Imagine for a moment if, instead of being discouraged by life's obstacles, you saw them as opportunities for growth, lessons that reveal your inner strength. Could it change the way you approach hardship? Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote with profound insight, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This Stoic wisdom teaches us that our greatest challenges can also be our greatest teachers. What if, rather than asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you instead asked, "What can this teach me?" This shift in perspective, central to Stoicism, is the key to transforming setbacks into opportunities for self-improvement and resilience. Think back to a difficult experience you've had, a time when things didn't go as planned, or when you faced an unexpected setback. At that moment, it may have felt discouraging, even overwhelming. But with time, perhaps you came to see it differently. Maybe that setback prompted you to reevaluate your goals, develop a new skill, or discover a strength you didn't know you had. Stoicism encourages us to embrace this approach in real time, viewing obstacles as tools for transformation, not reasons to give up. The Stoics teach that when life throws us a curveball, we have a choice. We can either resist, allowing frustration or anger to take over, or we can accept it and focus on what we can learn or improve. This choice is within our control, and it's where our true power lies. As Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, noted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In this light, each obstacle becomes a canvas upon which we paint our resilience, our adaptability, and our strength. In modern life, where challenges often feel overwhelming, this principle can bring clarity and calm. Imagine you're dealing with a series of job rejections, for example. It's easy to feel defeated, to internalize the rejection as a reflection of your worth. But what if, instead, you viewed each rejection as feedback? Maybe it's an invitation to refine your approach, to strengthen a skill, or to pursue a different path that better aligns with your strengths. Stoicism teaches that each setback is a chance to grow, not a reason to doubt yourself. One way to actively practice this principle is to reframe your self-talk. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," try saying, "This is challenging, but I can learn from it." This simple shift in language reinforces a Stoic mindset, where difficulty becomes a teacher, not an adversary. Over time, this practice strengthens our resilience, helping us approach life with a mindset of growth rather than one of defeat. This Stoic approach also applies to personal conflicts. Imagine a disagreement with a friend or family member. It's tempting to let frustration or resentment build. But what if, instead, you saw this conflict as an opportunity to practice patience, empathy, or effective communication? Rather than viewing the disagreement as a negative event, you could treat it as a chance to deepen your understanding of yourself and others, strengthening the relationship through thoughtful dialogue. This perspective, while challenging to adopt, can bring peace and a sense of purpose even in the most trying times. The Stoics remind us that obstacles are not arbitrary, they're essential to our growth. Every difficult experience builds our character, refining our virtues. How might your life change if you welcomed hardship as a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient? As we adopt this mindset, we come to see that life's challenges aren't burdens. They are opportunities in disguise. This doesn't mean hardships become easy or painless, but it does mean that they no longer hold power over us. We take back control by focusing on what we can gain from each experience rather than letting obstacles defeat us. Take this principle to heart as you face your next challenge. Reflect on Marcus Aurelius's words, "What stands in the way becomes the way." In this Stoic practice, life's obstacles transform into guiding lights, showing us a path forward that deepens our resilience, wisdom, and inner peace. With this foundation of turning obstacles into opportunities, we can now turn to another essential Stoic principle: building emotional resilience. This next principle empowers us to handle life's emotional ups and downs with grace and strength, bringing us even closer to a life of Stoic tranquility. 6. Build emotional resilience. Life brings a spectrum of emotions, from joy to sorrow, peace to anger, and everything in between. The Stoics understood this and recognized that it's not the emotions themselves that define us, but how we respond to them. Stoicism teaches us to develop emotional resilience, the ability to navigate our feelings with grace and strength, rather than allowing them to control us. Imagine if, in the face of strong emotions, you could remain grounded, choosing how to respond rather than reacting impulsively. This practice of emotional resilience empowers us to face life's challenges with a calm mind and an open heart. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius offered profound guidance on this, reminding us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emotional resilience is about finding this inner strength and learning to control our reactions, even when circumstances test our patience, hurt our feelings, or trigger our fears. It doesn't mean suppressing our emotions, but rather understanding and channeling them constructively. How often do we let our emotions dictate our actions? And what if instead we chose to respond with clarity and purpose? One key to building emotional resilience is self-awareness. When we become aware of our emotional triggers, we gain the power to step back, observe our feelings, and decide how to respond. Take, for example, moments when you feel frustration rising, perhaps in a traffic jam, during a disagreement, or when facing an unexpected setback. Stoicism encourages us to pause in these moments, asking ourselves, is this emotion serving me? Is my reaction aligned with who I want to be? This principle does not deny that emotions are real and can be intense. Instead, Stoicism guides us to cultivate a balanced response. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, advised that life's hardships are tests of our character, opportunities to build patience and wisdom. By practicing emotional resilience, we can approach life's ups and downs with a mindset geared toward growth rather than defeat. How might your life change if, instead of letting emotions carry you away, you used them as stepping stones to become a stronger, wiser version of yourself? In daily life, small practices can build this resilience. For instance, when you feel anger or frustration, instead of reacting immediately, take a deep breath and ask yourself what lies behind the feeling. Is it a fear of losing control, a sense of injustice, or perhaps an unmet expectation. By identifying the root cause, we gain a clearer perspective, helping us respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. This simple practice can transform not only our emotional state, but also our interactions and relationships. The Stoics taught that part of building emotional resilience is accepting that we cannot control everything. We can't always avoid disappointment, nor can we prevent loss or hardship. But what we can control is how we allow these events to shape us. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This mindset reminds us that even in our most challenging moments, we have the power to choose our response and, through it, define our experience. Building emotional resilience also means practicing self-compassion. Emotions are a natural part of being human, and Stoicism doesn't advocate for their suppression. Instead, it teaches us to understand and respect our feelings without becoming their prisoner. When we treat ourselves with kindness, acknowledging our emotions without judgment, we open the door to self-growth. Are you kind to yourself in moments of emotional difficulty? Or do you criticize yourself for feeling things deeply? Carl Jung, a modern psychologist who valued Stoic principles, emphasized that our well-being depends on accepting and integrating all aspects of ourselves, including our emotions. Emotional resilience involves recognizing that we're not perfect and that it's okay to feel deeply. By allowing ourselves to experience our emotions while consciously guiding our reactions, we build a balanced approach to life that nurtures our inner strength. Consider this: the next time you experience a strong emotion, whether joy, sadness, anger, or fear, give yourself permission to feel it fully. Reflect on what it's telling you and how you might respond in a way that aligns with your values and long-term well-being. This practice not only strengthens our emotional resilience, but also brings us closer to the Stoic ideal of a life lived with wisdom, courage, and inner peace. As we develop emotional resilience, we become better equipped to face life's inevitable challenges with grace. This Stoic strength empowers us to rise above our emotions rather than being swept away by them, leading to a life of greater balance and fulfillment. With a foundation of emotional resilience, let us now explore the next transformative Stoic principle: cultivating self-discipline. This practice empowers us to make choices that align with our values, helping us live a life of purpose and integrity. 7. Cultivate self-discipline. Self-discipline is often misunderstood as a restrictive practice, one that denies us enjoyment in favor of strict rules and routines. Yet, in Stoicism, self-discipline is not about deprivation. It's about empowerment. Imagine if, instead of feeling at the mercy of your impulses and distractions, you had the ability to choose actions that aligned with your highest values and long-term goals. This freedom, this inner mastery, is the essence of self-discipline. Through it, we gain the power to live intentionally and purposefully, rather than reacting impulsively to every passing whim. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius spoke of this power, reminding us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom points to the Stoic understanding that true freedom comes from self-mastery. When we develop self-discipline, we create a foundation of inner strength that allows us to make choices that reflect our deepest values. How different would your life look if each action, each decision, was rooted in purpose rather than in fleeting desire? In practice, self-discipline means saying yes to what serves our growth and no to what doesn't, even when that choice is difficult. For example, imagine you're tempted to procrastinate on a project or indulge in an unhealthy habit. Instead of giving in to the immediate pleasure, Stoicism encourages you to pause and consider, does this action serve my long-term well-being? This moment of reflection allows us to choose in alignment with our goals rather than being led by short-term impulses. Self-discipline is also about setting personal standards based on our own values, not on societal expectations or the opinions of others. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, advised that true strength lies in being steadfast in our desires and not being ruled by them. He saw self-discipline as a path to true freedom because it frees us from the tyranny of external pressures and fleeting emotions. When we cultivate this inner strength, we are no longer bound by the expectations or judgments of others. Instead, we live a life that is authentically ours, grounded in principles we hold dear. Consider this. Is there a goal or value you wish to embody in your life? Maybe it's a commitment to health, personal growth, or meaningful relationships. Self-discipline is the bridge that allows you to turn these intentions into realities. Each choice to honor your commitment, no matter how small, strengthens this bridge. Over time, these small acts of discipline accumulate, leading to profound personal transformation. Aristotle, who greatly influenced Stoic thought, saw self-discipline as the foundation of excellence. He believed that excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. In Stoicism, this excellence is not about achieving perfection, but about striving consistently to align our actions with our ideals. Self-discipline turns aspiration into reality, helping us to embody the virtues we admire rather than merely thinking about them. Modern psychology supports this Stoic principle, showing that self-discipline leads to greater life satisfaction and well-being. Studies have found that people with high levels of self-discipline experience less stress, better health, and a stronger sense of purpose. When we make choices that align with our values, we build confidence and resilience, creating a life that feels more authentic and fulfilling. One practical way to build self-discipline is to start with small, achievable goals. Perhaps it's dedicating 10 minutes each day to a skill you wish to improve or committing to a regular exercise routine. Each time you follow through on these commitments, you strengthen the muscle of self-discipline. This practice doesn't have to be about grand gestures. It's the consistency that counts. Over time, these small victories lead to lasting change. Remember that Stoicism also values compassion, especially self-compassion, on the journey of self-discipline. This principle doesn't require perfection. It's about progress. There will be days when we falter, moments when we struggle to stay on track. In these times, the Stoics remind us to reflect with kindness rather than self-criticism. Epictetus taught that no great thing is created suddenly, and that true growth is built through steady, patient effort. Can you see how even setbacks might be part of the journey, each one a step that brings you closer to the discipline and resilience you seek? As you continue to cultivate self-discipline, let it be a source of strength, freedom, and alignment with your values. With each choice, each act of will, you move closer to the life you aspire to lead, empowered and in control. This journey isn't about denying yourself joy. It's about creating the conditions for a more meaningful and fulfilling life. With self-discipline as your guide, we now turn to another Stoic principle that further deepens our commitment to excellence, striving for personal excellence. This next step brings our focus from individual actions to the overarching pursuit of a virtuous, fulfilling life. 8. Strive for personal excellence. In Stoicism, the pursuit of excellence is not about perfection or external achievements. It is about becoming the best version of oneself in alignment with one's virtues and values. To the Stoics, personal excellence, also called arete or virtue, is the highest good, the ultimate aim of life. Imagine if each day you woke with a commitment to live in harmony with your ideals, consistently striving to embody patience, kindness, courage, and wisdom. How might this pursuit shape your actions, your relationships, and your sense of fulfillment? Marcus Aurelius famously advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This simple yet powerful reminder emphasizes the Stoic belief that actions matter more than thoughts or intentions. Personal excellence in Stoicism is not about lofty ideas. It's about applying those ideas to real-life decisions, embodying our values in every interaction and endeavor. Instead of aspiring to be seen as good by others, the Stoic approach focuses on being good, acting with integrity, kindness, and resilience in every situation. Personal excellence is not a destination, it's a journey, a continuous effort to align one's actions with one's values. This principle teaches us to measure success not by what we achieve, but by how we conduct ourselves along the way. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, often encouraged self-improvement through daily reflection, urging us to review our actions and ask, "Did I act in accordance with my values today?" Such reflection is a powerful tool for growth, helping us identify areas for improvement without self-judgment. In pursuing excellence, the Stoics teach us to avoid comparing ourselves to others. True personal excellence is about competing with ourselves, striving to be better than we were yesterday. When we stop measuring our worth against others' successes and focus on our own progress, we find a deeper, more lasting fulfillment. This self-focus doesn't mean ignoring others, but rather shifting from a mindset of comparison to one of personal responsibility and growth. Aristotle, a philosopher whose teachings influenced Stoicism, noted, "Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution." This Stoic-inspired view of excellence encourages us to set our own standards based on our values and aspirations. Think of your own life. Are there qualities you wish to cultivate? Perhaps patience, resilience, or generosity? Striving for personal excellence is about consistently embodying these qualities, making them a core part of who we are. But how do we cultivate this excellence in our daily lives? It begins with intention. Each morning, take a moment to set an intention based on the virtues you aspire to embody. This could be something as simple as, "Today I will practice patience," or "I will approach every challenge with resilience." These small intentions lay the foundation for a life lived with purpose and integrity, guiding your actions throughout the day. This principle also teaches us to embrace setbacks as opportunities for growth. In the Stoic view, every difficulty is a chance to test and strengthen our virtues. When faced with frustration, we can practice patience. When we feel afraid, we can choose courage. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, taught that difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Through each challenge, we learn more about ourselves, uncovering strengths we may not have known existed. Modern psychology aligns with this Stoic approach, highlighting the benefits of a growth mindset. People who see challenges as opportunities to learn and improve are more resilient, adaptable, and fulfilled. In this way, Stoicism offers a powerful framework for personal growth, encouraging us to view each experience, both successes and setbacks, as part of our journey toward excellence. Personal excellence also requires authenticity. Stoicism encourages us to live in alignment with our true selves, free from the pressures of societal expectations. This means making choices based on our own values rather than what others may think. When we live authentically, our lives reflect our deepest principles, creating a sense of peace and fulfillment. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be content to live the life that is your own." How might your life change if you focused on living in harmony with your own values rather than striving to meet external standards? As you strive for personal excellence, remember that it is not about perfection. The Stoics teach that the journey toward virtue is one of progress, not flawlessness. Each day offers a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to refine our character. By embracing this journey, we create a life that is meaningful, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling. Let this commitment to personal excellence guide your actions, bringing you closer to the life you aspire to live. With this foundation of integrity and purpose, let us now turn to the Stoic practice of reflection and self-review. This next principle will help us maintain alignment with our values, ensuring that we remain true to ourselves in the face of life's challenges. 9. Practice reflection and self-review. In a world that constantly urges us forward, Stoicism teaches us the value of taking a pause, of looking inward to reflect on our actions and choices. Reflection is essential to living a life aligned with our values, as it allows us to examine whether we are truly acting in accordance with the virtues we hold dear. Imagine ending each day with a few moments of quiet contemplation, asking yourself, did I live today in alignment with my values? Where could I have done better? Such reflection brings clarity and a renewed sense of purpose, guiding us toward a life of intentionality. Marcus Aurelius, who often reflected on his own thoughts and actions in his meditations, understood that a life without self-review is like sailing without a compass. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, he wrote, highlighting how essential it is to observe our inner dialogue. Reflection, in Stoicism, is not about self-criticism, but about self-awareness and growth. How often do we take time to examine our own minds, to sift through our thoughts and actions with curiosity and compassion? Daily reflection offers a practical way to stay true to our goals, to evaluate our progress, and to correct our course when necessary. Imagine yourself sitting quietly at the end of each day, mentally revisiting your interactions, decisions, and emotions. Did you act with patience? Did you respond with kindness, or did anger get the better of you? By identifying both your victories and areas for improvement, you take steps toward becoming the person you aspire to be. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, encouraged regular self-assessment as a way to cultivate wisdom and virtue. He likened life to a play, urging us to periodically review our roles and performances. Are we acting in harmony with the character we wish to embody? He asked. This question remains profoundly relevant today. How might your life transform if, each night, you asked yourself whether your actions reflected your highest self? Reflection also helps us maintain gratitude, balancing our natural tendency to focus on the negative. By noting the day's positive moments, no matter how small, we cultivate a mindset of appreciation. This practice helps us see each day's blessings, reinforcing a Stoic sense of gratitude for life's ordinary beauty. What moments of joy or connection did you experience today? What did you learn? And what can you carry forward into tomorrow? Epictetus advised his students to end each day with a review of their actions and attitudes, not as a way of self-criticism, but as a means of self-discovery and growth. He taught them to ask, what did I do well? What did I do wrong? What duties did I leave undone? This practice brings awareness to our strengths and weaknesses, helping us to approach the next day with a fresh perspective. Are there patterns in your life that reflection could reveal, helping you to understand and address them? In modern psychology, the benefits of regular self-reflection are well documented, showing improvements in mental health, clarity of purpose, and personal growth. When we take time to process our experiences and learn from them, we make more informed decisions moving forward. In a world that often feels chaotic, this Stoic practice brings a sense of calm and control, grounding us in our own values and intentions. One way to incorporate this practice into your daily routine is to write in a journal each evening. Begin with a few simple questions. What went well today? Where did I struggle? What can I learn from these experiences? Journaling allows you to externalize your thoughts, turning abstract ideas into concrete reflections. Over time, this habit becomes a record of your journey, a testament to your growth and commitment to a life of virtue. Reflection requires kindness toward oneself. Stoicism does not advocate for harsh self-judgment, but for compassionate self-awareness. When we reflect with gentleness, we create a safe space for self-improvement. Remember that progress, not perfection, is the goal. Each day offers new opportunities to learn and grow, and each reflection brings us one step closer to the life we wish to live. This practice of reflection and review helps keep us anchored in our values. It allows us to see our lives from a broader perspective, understanding both our strengths and the areas where we can grow. Through reflection, we hold ourselves accountable, yet we do so with kindness, knowing that each effort brings us closer to our potential. As you begin your own practice of reflection, let it be a guiding light, illuminating the path forward. With each moment of self-awareness, you bring greater clarity and purpose to your journey. Now, with a foundation of thoughtful reflection, we turn to the next principle in Stoic philosophy: letting go of external validation. This principle will help us cultivate inner freedom, liberating us from the opinions and judgments of others. 10. Let go of external validation. One of the most liberating teachings in Stoicism is the idea that our worth is not defined by others' opinions, judgments, or praise. Imagine living your life free from the need for external validation, grounded instead in the unshakable confidence of your own values and choices. In a world that constantly seeks approval, from likes on social media to workplace recognition, Stoicism offers a refreshing reminder: true peace comes from within. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, observed, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others." This insight highlights the paradox we all face. We deeply value our lives, yet we often let our self-worth be determined by what others think. How different might your life be if you placed greater importance on your own assessment of yourself rather than relying on others' approval? Stoicism teaches that when we seek validation from others, we give away our power. We allow external opinions to dictate our self-esteem, trapping ourselves in a cycle of constantly needing praise to feel whole. But the Stoics believed that true contentment comes from within, from living a life that aligns with our values regardless of outside recognition. Epictetus taught that worrying about others' opinions is outside our control, and thus not worth our energy. Instead, he encouraged us to focus on our actions, virtues, and personal growth, where our true power lies. Consider this. The next time you find yourself worrying about what others might think, ask yourself, is this something I can control? You cannot control how others perceive you, nor can you control their thoughts or opinions. What you can control is your own response. By letting go of the need for external validation, you empower yourself to live authentically, free from the constant pressure to meet others' expectations. This doesn't mean we should ignore all feedback. Constructive criticism, when aligned with our values, can be a valuable tool for growth. But Stoicism encourages us to approach feedback with discernment. Rather than letting it define our worth, we can consider it objectively, applying what is useful and discarding the rest. When we cultivate this inner confidence, we become less reactive to praise or criticism, maintaining a steady course regardless of external opinions. To practice this, try engaging in a small act each day without seeking or expecting acknowledgement. This could be helping a colleague, sharing a kind word, or working on a personal goal. By focusing on the action itself and the value it holds for you, you reinforce a mindset of intrinsic motivation. How might this shift help you find more satisfaction in your daily life, knowing that your worth is not dependent on others' validation? This principle also encourages us to reflect on where we derive our self-worth. Are you living according to your values, or are you trying to fit into a mold shaped by others? True freedom comes from living in alignment with who you are and what you believe, rather than adapting yourself to please others. This authentic life, grounded in personal values, brings a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. Aristotle, whose ideas influenced the Stoics, spoke of the importance of the golden mean, finding a balanced approach between extremes. Applying this to validation, we can find balance by valuing feedback but not letting it define us, by caring about others' feelings but not losing ourselves in their expectations. This equilibrium allows us to be open-minded while still staying true to ourselves. In modern life, letting go of external validation is especially challenging, as social media amplifies the need for approval. Studies in psychology reveal that the constant pursuit of likes and praise can create anxiety and diminish our sense of self-worth. But Stoicism provides an antidote. By grounding our self-esteem in our own actions and values, we build a resilient inner foundation that remains stable, regardless of external opinions. Imagine a life where you are the author of your own worth, where your values and actions give you confidence rather than the shifting opinions of others. Letting go of external validation doesn't mean isolating yourself from others, but rather establishing boundaries around what influences your self-worth. How might this independence bring you a sense of freedom and authenticity in your life? As you let go of the need for validation, you become more attuned to what truly matters to you, allowing your values to guide your choices. With each act of self-approval, you cultivate a deeper respect for yourself, creating a life that resonates with your authentic self. Let this principle serve as a guide to inner freedom, helping you find peace in knowing that your worth is inherent and cannot be swayed by external opinions. With this newfound freedom, we now turn to another powerful Stoic principle, embracing Memento Mori, the reminder of life's impermanence. This next lesson teaches us to cherish each moment, to live fully and purposefully, knowing that our time is finite. 11. Embrace Memento Mori. In Stoicism, one of the most profound principles is Memento Mori, which translates to, remember you will die. At first, this might sound morbid, but the Stoics embraced it as a powerful reminder of life's impermanence and a call to live fully, with purpose and gratitude. Imagine if, instead of avoiding thoughts of mortality, you welcomed them as a way to bring clarity and focus to your life. How might this awareness change the way you spend your days, the people you prioritize, and the goals you pursue? Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." These words remind us that time is finite, and every day is an opportunity to live in alignment with our values. Memento Mori isn't meant to induce fear. It's a guide to live meaningfully, encouraging us to appreciate each moment and let go of trivial concerns. When we recognize that our time is limited, we are more likely to focus on what truly matters. Are there dreams you've been putting off, conversations left unsaid, or moments you've overlooked? By keeping mortality in mind, we cultivate a heightened appreciation for life's simple joys. Imagine how different your perspective might be if you greeted each day as if it were a precious gift. Seneca encouraged this approach, saying, "Life is long if you know how to use it." His insight challenges us to make the most of our time, not by filling our days with more, but by filling them with purpose. Instead of living with a someday mentality, Stoicism teaches us to live with an urgent appreciation for today. Memento Mori is a powerful tool for perspective. It reminds us that many of our worries are fleeting and insignificant in the grand scope of life. In moments of frustration or conflict, recalling the temporary nature of life can help us let go of grievances and focus on what is truly meaningful. The next time you find yourself consumed by stress or anger, consider whether this issue will matter at life's end. Could this awareness help you approach challenges with more calm and compassion? This Stoic principle also invites us to act with integrity. When we remember that life is finite, we are inspired to live authentically, to align our actions with our values without delay. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, taught that we should live as though each day could be our last, not in a reckless way, but with a conscious focus on our highest ideals. Are there values or passions you wish to honor more fully in your life? Are you living in a way that reflects the person you truly want to be? In modern life, the idea of memento mori is often avoided, yet psychologists recognize its benefits. Studies show that reflecting on mortality can lead to greater life satisfaction, stronger relationships, and a deeper appreciation for the present. By acknowledging life's impermanence, we give ourselves permission to live more fully, to prioritize experiences over possessions, and to value time with loved ones above trivial pursuits. In embracing mortality, we uncover the courage to pursue dreams, forgive others, and cherish life's fleeting beauty. One practical way to incorporate memento mori into daily life is to start each morning with a simple reflection. What if today were my last? This question isn't meant to instill fear, but to inspire purpose. What would you change about your day if you approached it with this perspective? Would you reach out to a friend, spend more time with family, or pursue a passion you've neglected? When we live with the awareness that time is precious, we begin to fill our days with intentionality, gratitude, and love. Memento Mori also invites us to let go of regrets and grudges. In light of life's brevity, holding on to past mistakes or conflicts seems futile. Stoicism teaches us to forgive, to release the burdens of the past, and to focus on the potential of the present moment. Is there something you're holding on to that could be released with a greater awareness of life's transience? How might this shift bring you a sense of peace and freedom? Finally, Memento Mori reminds us to express gratitude for each day and each experience, whether joyful or challenging. Life is not promised, and each moment is a unique gift. When we live with this mindset, we are more likely to notice life's small wonders, from a beautiful sunset to a meaningful conversation. By honoring each moment, we cultivate a deep, stoic appreciation for life's impermanence and richness. As you integrate Memento Mori into your life, let it serve as a reminder to live fully, to love openly, and to let go of what no longer serves you. This principle of Stoicism encourages us to focus on the essence of life, making each moment count. With this sense of purpose and presence, we turn to our final Stoic principle, the power of gratitude. This last lesson will help us end our journey through Stoicism with a spirit of appreciation and a heart open to life's blessings. 12. Cultivate Gratitude. Gratitude is perhaps one of the most powerful principles in Stoicism, a practice that can transform how we experience life. While modern society often equates happiness with acquiring more possessions, more achievements, more recognition, the Stoics understood that true contentment comes not from accumulation, but from appreciation. Imagine how your life might feel if, instead of constantly seeking more, you paused to recognize and value what you already have. How would this shift in perspective affect your daily experience, your relationships, and your inner peace? Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, advised, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This simple yet profound practice reminds us to appreciate life's blessings, no matter how small they may seem. By focusing on the good within each day, we cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity, finding joy in what is rather than longing for what could be. Have you ever noticed how the simple act of gratitude can brighten your day, bringing a sense of peace and fulfillment? Gratitude in Stoicism isn't about ignoring challenges or pretending that difficulties don't exist. Instead, it's about balance, acknowledging the struggles while also recognizing the blessings that exist alongside them. Seneca observed that our desires can lead us away from happiness by making us focus on what we lack rather than appreciating what we have. He taught that real contentment comes from understanding that the most valuable things in life are often already within our reach. How might your life change if you allowed gratitude to guide your focus each day? The Stoics believed that gratitude not only enriches our experience, but also strengthens our resilience. When we face hardship, gratitude reminds us to look for silver linings, to find lessons even in the most trying situations. Imagine how much lighter life's burdens might feel if, instead of dwelling on what's difficult, we trained ourselves to ask, "What can I learn from this? What value can I find here?" This simple shift can make challenges feel less overwhelming, helping us see obstacles as opportunities to grow and appreciate the journey. Gratitude also deepens our connections with others. By expressing appreciation to the people in our lives, we strengthen our relationships and cultivate a spirit of generosity. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, encouraged his followers to be grateful for their current circumstances, no matter how challenging, as a way to foster humility and compassion. Consider this: when was the last time you thanked someone simply for being in your life? A gesture as simple as a "thank you" can go a long way in creating a culture of kindness and mutual appreciation. Practicing gratitude can begin with something as simple as reflecting on 3 things each day that you are thankful for. This could be anything from a good meal to a meaningful conversation or a quiet moment of peace. By building this habit, we train our minds to notice the positives, counterbalancing our natural tendency to focus on problems. Could this daily practice help you see life through a lens of abundance, even amid uncertainty? In Stoic thought, gratitude also means embracing the present moment. When we spend our days chasing after future goals or lamenting past mistakes, we miss out on the joy and richness of the now. Aristotle, whose teachings influenced Stoic thought, spoke of the importance of living in the present to achieve eudaimonia, or human flourishing. Through gratitude, we ground ourselves in the here and now, creating a sense of completeness that doesn't rely on future accomplishments. Are there moments in your day that might be more meaningful if you brought a mindset of gratitude to them? Gratitude also invites us to reframe adversity. Carl Jung, a pioneer in psychology who resonated with Stoic ideals, noted that the word happiness would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. When we acknowledge and appreciate all of our experiences, the good and the difficult, we create a deeper, more authentic sense of happiness. The next time you face a challenging moment, try asking, "What strength is this building in me? What gratitude can I find in this experience?" By approaching hardship with appreciation, we transform it into a tool for growth. Research in modern psychology confirms that gratitude has powerful benefits for mental health, from reducing anxiety to improving sleep and increasing overall life satisfaction. The Stoics, long before these studies, understood that a grateful mind is a peaceful mind. When we appreciate the small blessings of each day, we create an inner reservoir of joy and resilience, a source of strength we can draw upon even in difficult times. As you make gratitude a cornerstone of your life, let it remind you that true wealth comes from appreciating what you have. By focusing on life's gifts rather than its shortcomings, you cultivate a spirit of abundance and contentment. This is the essence of Stoicism, finding fulfillment not in what we acquire, but in how we view the world. As we conclude this journey through Stoicism's 12 principles, remember that each principle offers a tool for navigating life with strength, wisdom, and peace. Let gratitude be the light that guides you, illuminating the beauty in each moment. If this journey has resonated with you, consider sharing it through a comment, a like, or by subscribing to continue exploring the power of Stoic wisdom together. Thank you for spending this time with me, and may your days be filled with purpose, resilience, and gratitude. Until we meet again, remember, every moment is an opportunity to live with authenticity, kindness, and peace.